Welcome to week 4!
We're so glad to be back with you guys.
This week's chat question is, what are your family's favorite hobbies? Tell us in the chat. Jade, what are your family's favorite hobbies?
One of my family's favorite hobbies is going on road trips, especially to Toronto. What about you, Livia?
My family loves visiting fruit farms.
Last week, we talked about stepping out of worry and into opportunity.
Some things that Jade and I worry about are school, because since we're in high school, we feel a lot of pressure to get good grades and stuff. What's something that you guys worry about?
We all have things that we worry about, but we want to step out from those so that we don't miss an opportunity that God might be calling us into.
Which may be as simple as the opportunity for us to be more dependent on Him.
I wonder what this week's topic will be.
Alright, let's hop over to this week's game.
This week, we'll have a family demonstrate, and then you'll have a chance to do it together.
What you'll need is a piece of paper and something to write with.
Have
fun!
Hey Family Elective, we are here for week 4 and we are going to do a little activity together. This one is more so I'm just going to guide you through this. I'm not going to really do a demonstration because we are doing something called a Mad Lib. Have you ever done a Mad Lib before? So basically I'm going to throw on the next slide in just a minute a whole bunch of different words that I need your family to come up with. So if you don't have your paper and pen yet, like Livia and Jade instructed, make sure that you go get those in the next couple seconds while I finish explaining this, because you're going to need those to write things down. So you're going to have to work together as a family. So sometimes you're going to have to think of nouns, which is a person, place, or thing, or a verb, which is an action, or different body parts, or other things like that. It'll all be on the screen and you'll just have to follow along and make sure you track it as well. So your family is going to have 5 minutes to come up with all those words that will be on the screen, and then we'll pop back together and I'm going to read a story. And then when I pause, you're going to have to fill in those words along the way. It'll be in that exact order, but I'm going to pause and you're going to fill it in. And hopefully it's just a really fun, unique story that we get to create. Okay, so this first one is called April Showers Bring May Flowers, because I thought it was appropriate for the month of May. All right, pens and paper ready? You have 5 minutes, and here are the words on the chalkboard that you need to figure out. Okay, go. right, I hope you have all those written down. I'm going to do a quick recap of all the words that you should have written down, and then I'm going to read the story. And sometimes there are one blank that you'll have to fill in at a time, or sometimes there are two blanks that you'll have to fill in. So as I read it, I will hold up one or two fingers, and those are the words that you're going to fill in the blank. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. So you're going to need an adjective, plural noun, color, color, adjective, color, noun, place, noun, verb, plural noun, food, adjective, animal. All right, we're going to read the story. Are you ready? Spring is the time when grow in all sorts of colors like and there is more falling from in the spring, and that helps flowers. Flowers can grow on trees, or spring flowers help bees make and are a food source for hummingbirds and other. Did you get the whole story? If you didn't, you can always go back and we can go through that story again just in case you missed a blank. But I think we should do one more story together. Are you ready? So flip your page over or whatever you need to do, because we're going to do one more story, and this one is called Bike Ride. I don't know about you, but I think spring is a great time to go for bike rides. Hopefully your family has maybe been doing some of that. Okay, so chalkboard is coming up. You have 5 minutes to come up with all those words, and then we'll be back to read that story. Okay, go. All right, so this is the same kind of deal as before. I'll do a little recap of all the words that you need, and then we're going to read that story together. So you need a verb that ends in ing, an adjective, another verb that ends in ing, part of your body, adverb, part of your body, a noun, a verb, animal, noun, verb, adjective, color. Okay, and all of these words are individual. There's no back-to-back, so this will be pretty simple. Okay, are you ready? Bike riding. Most doctors agree that bicycle is a form of exercise. A bicycle enables you to develop your muscles as well as increase the rate of your beat. More around the world, bicycles then drive. No matter what kind of you, always be sure to wear a helmet. Make sure to have reflectors too. All right, those are our two Mad Lib stories. Hopefully you had fun with that. There are plenty of those that you can go do together as a family if you want to keep going. Just kind of a fun activity to do. Okay, now we're going to hop over to our teaching, but it was so great to be here with you for this week 4 activity. Bye, everyone.
Hi, my name is Immaculate Keys Namkasa. I am happy to speak about this topic, step out from judgment to curiosity. Just this past month, I was reminded about how we can all be quick to judge others. So a talented artist I highly respect and I've followed for decades, who is from my home country, on a popular talent show, came across as very quick to criticize a group of teen dancers. He judged them openly and boldly, and he appeared to persuade other judges to focus on an aspect of the young dancers that was not stage-worthy. The performance of the teens did not appear judged fairly because of this change in focus from the dance to another aspect of the young dancers. The young dancers were left crushed, felt ashamed and misunderstood. They traveled back to their hometown. One of them, when interviewed later, said he returned home that day saying to himself he was not going to dance again or to be part of a troupe of dancers. The moment of being judged had left the young dancers and their coach crushed. We may say, well, the judge's job is to judge, and competitive dancers expect to be judged. This was true, but not for so long. Soon after the show was aired and clips of it shared on social media, people started to reevaluate the situation and weigh in on how the teens could have been differently evaluated and helped. True, the judge was doing his work to judge, to entertain the audience, and to offer friendly critique to the young dancers. And because we just watched the show, we can't really judge the judge, nor the dancers about the small inconvenience which they had caused. We can be curious about both. And in this era of social media, artists and members of the public immediately started reaching out to the dancers to support them to continue with their aspiration during this tough year. It is in these moments when we are about to judge another who is very different than us or who finds themselves in a different situation, when we each need to step out from judgment to curiosity. The inconvenience, as noted by the judge, was that the young dancers gave off an unpleasant smell when dancing in the studio that day. Well, what we do not know is for how long they had been practicing their dance routine to rehearse for the show that day. We also do not know many other details about the studio, about the dancers, and about the day. And many of us feel like We could have been the judge or one of the young dancers. This story of the judge, of those who reevaluated it, and of us listening to it, reminds us of many stories and parables in the Bible, of particular stories to step out from judgment to curiosity. And one of these stories is in the book of John, chapter 8, verses 1 to 8. I'll begin from verse 2. At dawn, he appeared again in the temple courts, where all the people gathered around him, and they sat down to teach them. The teachers of the law, the Pharisees, brought in a woman caught in sin. They made her stand before the group and say to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of sin. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now, what do you say?" They were using this question as a trap in order to have a basis of accusing him, of judging him. Because Jesus bent down and started to write, on the ground with his finger. When they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." Again, he stooped down and wrote on the ground. The story from my home city, the story in the Bible, and the topic of stepping out from judgment to curiosity encourages me, where I have been slow to judge, to continue doing slow. It also challenges me for situations in which I've been very quick to judge by only looking at the book cover or the book by its cover, to pause and step out from judgment to curiosity. And I encourage us all to do the same. It's important that we stay vigilant about stepping out from judgment to curiosity, especially when we are living, playing, interacting, studying, working with people who are different than us. The difference could be in age, profession, culture, or lifestyle. For we likely might not have an idea of why certain individuals and groups of people may act the way they do until we're very curious. In our curiosity, we may choose to do some of the following. We may choose to find out more information, which many now refer to as further educating oneself on a specific situation. We may choose to ask friendly questions that show that we are genuinely curious to learn more about other person's experiences. We may pause and think of what would prompt us, or even another person who is dear to us, who might be of the same age, culture, or profession, to behave in the same way. We may choose to be more accepting and supportive of others who may appear different or behave differently. And I am sure there are many other ways which we find helpful and others find helpful in such situations. This is a crucial reminder to continue to step out from judgment to curiosity. Thank you.
All right, let's hop into this week's memory verse.
This week's verse is from Matthew 7:1. First, Jade and I will show you the actions, and then the next 2 times, you guys can join us. Do not judge others, and you will not be judged, for you will be treated as you treat others. Matthew 7:1.
Now let's do it together slowly.
Do not judge others, and you will not be judged, for you will be treated as you treat others. Matthew 7:1.
Now let's do it a little bit faster.
Do not judge others, and you will not be judged, for you will be treated as you treat others. Matthew 7:1.
Great job! Reminder that our Insta lobby starts at 6:15. Feel free to invite a friend. It's as easy as sharing the link for the premiere.
See you next week!